Hey, welcome to First Draft Diaries episode 8. If you're new here, hi, I'm Brittany. I'm currently writing my debut novel. It is, I want to say, contemporary romance. Haven't really figured out what the category is quite yet. I haven't worried too much about it, but when I know, you will know. If you're new here, thanks for joining. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share. You know, if you haven't seen any of my previous episodes in this series, please make sure you go do that. Okay, I've been documenting my journey up so far into chapter 30. My book is currently plotted out to be 35 chapters, and I'm up to chapter 30. So we're reaching the end here, and that's really exciting. But before we get back into chapter 30, which we've been struggling writing, not that we've been struggling with the chapter, I've just been struggling writing this ending of the whole book. I do have to go ahead and edit First Draft Diaries episode 7, which should be up by the time you guys are watching this. So if you haven't, please make sure you go watch that. Leave a comment. Let me know that this video took you there. You know, the thing. Come on. Anyways, today, what are we doing today? Today is Wednesday. we got some things happening life-wise, but work-wise, writing-wise, this is me for a bit. I will be sitting out here editing. I will take breaks and do like maybe 10 minutes of editing, 10 minutes of writing, just to kind of get myself into the role, even if I'm writing slop. Okay, I don't know what I'm going to be writing. I don't really know if I like where the chapter's going, but at this point I feel like we just kind of got to push through. Okay, we'll talk more about it when we get to writing, but for now, let's edit. It's been, I want to say, like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours or so. It's 2:15. I just came back from a break because I went ahead and edited. I want to say I'm about 75% into finishing and getting this vlog posted and ready. I really just have to add the music, make the thumbnail, do the description and the title, which all of that can happen later. We have swim lessons later, so I will probably be doing some of that while I sit there and watch them swim. Right now I'm gonna head back into editing and finishing what I can do here. I didn't do any writing, but I did work out, so I feel like that counts. I feel really good now. Like I'm on like day 4 of my period, and it's just like I'm finally getting to the other side, reaching hope. But being able to work out felt good. Like my legs are trembling, but I feel so good right now. So I'm actually going to I should be done within the next half hour, and then I do have some time where I could be writing later. So, you know, we're gonna get it writing. Maybe when the kids ride bikes, see if they want to do that when they get back. But yeah, just wanted to check in, make sure that I'm keeping you guys posted, keeping myself accountable, keeping myself moving is really what it is. I just need to make sure I'm making progress each and every day. But that's a topic for later, okay? We'll talk more mindset things later. But for now, let me go ahead and finish this vlog. It needs to go up today. I need it to. I want it to. You guys want it too, right? Duh. Okay, let me get that done for you. He brought me lunch. So happy. First bite? Here you go. Boop. Hey, okay, so what am I doing right now? I'm out here. It is a day or two later. What is today? Friday. Okay, so today is Friday, July 24th, and it's already 2 o'clock. It's 2:07, and I've gotten all my house things done for the day. I mean, I'm still doing laundry, but you know, that's an ongoing process of switching, whatever. So we're gonna still be doing that. We do have some errands to run, groceries to get. You know, we're just gonna go have a good day. But with all the home things being done and us being out of the house, that means I can write. That means I can sit in the car and write. You won't see any of that because I do write on my phone and I also film on my phone. But just know that I plan to get some words in. So let's do a quick update on where we are right now, word-wise, and then a quick check-in, and then another check-in, you know, later tonight to see where we end up. again, I did so well last time aiming for 500 words. I actually did more than that. I did more than that, I remember. So let's do that again, okay? It is 2 o'clock, and if I can simply get, you know what, we did 500 words last time, and we almost made 600, so let's do 600 words this time, okay? Let's aim for that. Just a fun little goal to see if we made it, just for funsies. Okay, so let's do that. Also, I think I wanted to update you guys on kind of like what I'm writing and like why it's taken a little longer. It's because at this point I've kind of realized, like, I don't know if this was supposed to be the direction. Not that this is not the direction. Rewind, because this is a direction. It's just like there's something off, and I think that there's something about the MMC that I haven't quite figured out yet that's making it hard for me to completely write the ending of this. Like, all the way through, I felt really confident in who they as individuals were, and I had them all fleshed out. And now that we're getting to this moment, I don't quite know how he's the right way for him to handle this. Okay, and so I've written a couple, and like the 2 ways I wrote it just didn't really fit him as I know him to be. Okay, so I think that's what I'm playing with, and so maybe today I'll do, before I get into writing, let's do some brainstorming on like all the possibilities for him. Okay, let's see every avenue he can possibly take, like normal, crazy, out of this world. Like, I'm gonna just list them all and see what sticks and what makes sense for him. I feel like that could be fun, just to see like all the possibilities and different routes he can take, and then figuring out the right one for him specifically. So I think that's what we're gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna get to writing, and I will see you guys a bit later. Okay, toodles. Okay, here we are word-wise. Okay, currently, I'm curious at this point, what does that look like in a book? Like, what's the thickness of that? How many pages thickness? I need to find a book comparable, so I will update if I do that. Also, before I get to writing, I want to let you guys know that I'm sure, as you know, as you're watching this, I just posted my First Draft Diaries episode 7. So please make sure you watch that if you haven't, okay? Go see that. Please give it a like, leave a comment on it. I'm happy I post these videos, okay? I'm loving it. I'm having a great time. I just want more eyes on it, okay? I want to hear more of what you guys think and all this stuff. So go ahead and watch that and let me know what you think. We're at the playground. We're riding bikes. We stopped so we can run a couple of bases, and I have to be honest, I haven't written anything yet. It's like 4:30 and I haven't written any words yet. So the goal of 600 words, are we gonna make it? I don't know, but we're gonna try, and we're gonna get started soon. Wish me luck. Hey, it's Saturday. Okay, different day, same spot. Did we do the 600 words yesterday? No. Okay, but it's not because we didn't write. It's because when I went to approach writing, I got to the point where I just felt like with every other chapter I've been writing that I just don't feel like there's something's missing. There is something that's missing. So I realized as I was trying to sit and think about like other things that have happened previously in the book, I couldn't remember a lot of things. So I'm so glad that I've done this. Okay, I opened my story beat sheet Excel sheets spreadsheet. Not Excel, the Google Sheets, whatever, spreadsheet, and it's where I've been keeping track of my chapters and what's happening in each chapter and what chapters what day, all the things, all the details, who's in the scene, where is it taking place, what's happening, how it begins, how it ends, what part of the book are we, okay? And I have like a check mark box, whatever. I've been keeping note of it, and I realized I haven't updated it in a good couple 6 chapters, honestly. So I went ahead and started doing that, but before I did that, I went ahead and reread everything that was already in there, okay? And the ones that had been updated, and then I went back and was flip-flopping back between sheets and the document to go ahead and fill in this spreadsheet. Okay, so once we got to that point, I realized, like, oh, okay, now I see where we're going. Now I see where we've been, because apparently I've forgotten where we were. And then I can see where we're going, where we're headed. There, but, okay, and this is why we didn't get into writing fully yesterday. So I realized that what was missing, right, because I lost sight of what's happened previously and who the characters are and where their storylines, I was going about it the wrong way. So something that happened in chapter 29 just didn't fit who they are. It just felt wrong. And so I went back to chapter 29. I scrapped that portion, literally just deleted it, and then took and kind of just left it at a certain scene. Not that it was wrong, but I think I went too far. I overwrote at that point, and I took it somewhere it didn't really need to go. It just didn't make sense. So we scrapped that. Now we're in chapter 30, and because of what we wrote in chapter 39, a lot of chapter 30 has some of that ending bit in it still. So I had to go back and rewrite that. So some of chapter 30 got axed, really just moved into our deleted scenes tab in our think tank document. And now I am back in chapter 30. Our word count must definitely be so much lower, which it's fine, because before we were at like 75,000, and we still have 4 or 5 chapters to go. So therefore, that's okay that we lost some words, because clearly I've overwritten. We've got to figure out like what this many words currently that I have looks like in book form. Like, what is the thickness of that? How long is that story? And is the story I'm telling completely formed in that amount of words? I know in draft 2 it'll be like completely rewritten, and so I'm not really too worried about that. But I'm just curious, like for fun, what that looks like in book size. So I'm gonna go ahead and look that up today. We can talk about that later. But for now, we're back in chapter 30, and we are. Some of the beginning does have to be tweaked, but okay, my phone ran out of space while I was in the middle of talking, but I think what I was saying is, like, I'm going to make a note on the beginning of chapter 30 and just kind of put what is changing in this chapter and work on that in draft 2, because I don't really need to spend too much time in it currently, because it's going to be a rewrite when we do draft 2 anyways. We can move on to chapter 31. It is currently July 29th, and it's July 25th, and I would love to have the book done by August, but we're probably going to work our way into mid to late August, and that is fine, because by September, book's done. Okay, and we're going to put it down for a couple of weeks. Really, I'm kind of itching to get into a whole other world. I can feel it happening inside, and so, like, I just really want to do that. But let's get finished here. Also, it was so fun yesterday to go ahead and kind of read what had happened earlier in the book. It gave me so much more confidence. I felt better about it, quite honestly. So, let's go ahead and write. Let's do a quick word count update while we do that, actually. Let's go to a page that has no words. I gotta get better at that. But, you know. Okay, so we didn't really lose that much, which is, like, not a big deal. Look. Forgive my screen being dirty. I gotta clean it. But, like, we didn't lose that many words, so not too bad. Not too bad. Oops. Hey, it's much later. I just did my nails and what's this? This is Kiwi Kiss D&D. Can you see that? Should we do the OG YouTube hands? Anyways, I did some writing today. I got lots of writing in today. I actually don't know the word count, and maybe I should pull that up. But I got so much writing in. I actually, cleared, knowing what happened in the story previously and going back and rewriting some of the last bit that I wrote. I mean, that helped so much. I'm so happy that it helped, but it helped so much, and I wasn't expecting it to. So I'm really happy about that. Let's pull up word count. We're gonna have to like figure out, remind ourselves what the word count was earlier today, because I feel like I wrote 600 words today, and if I did, that'd be super, super exciting. Okay, hold on. Let me figure out how to pull this up. It's not doing it. Why not? Okay, so earlier today we were at 74 422, I believe, and now we are at 75 360, and we wrote a total of 936 words today. That means I wrote a total of 935 words today. 36 words today. I wrote 936 words today. That's insanity. I'm so proud of myself. So technically that makes up for yesterday's not doing the 600 words. Okay, I think that counts. That counts and then some. Oh my god, I'm so excited. That makes me so happy. Okay, so it's already 12:36 at night. I mean, it's like a.m., right? At this point, I don't know. I'm tired. I'm gonna write until I go to sleep. I'm just gonna spend some time in the world, whether it's like another 10 words or another 100 or so. I really want to get more words in, and I'm really liking where we're at, and the story is really, really coming to me a lot easier. It just makes more sense. So I'm gonna get back to writing. I just wanted to update you guys, and I will pick you guys up tomorrow. Okay.
Like later, right? I think we're
We're still in chapter 30, which is fine. We are. I want to make sure that like I'm not in a rush to get this one done, because I know that this just sets up the premise of the end, and so I'm really working hard on it. I think I've removed things and taken things out at least 3 different times, but I'm just trying to find different directions in which this chapter can go, and I want to find the right one. And it's taken a while, but I'm liking everything I'm writing. I feel like some of the stuff that I've written, while good, just didn't fit the story, and so that could be used, as promo, as Substack pieces of like things I took out, but are good enough to like I could have left it, and things like that. So I am just figuring out which path I want to take as we, at least for, what is it, like halfway through this chapter, a little bit more than halfway, and so we're just trying to wrap it up. Everything so far is flowing really nicely. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say about it other than I really just need to keep writing. It is August 3rd. We are 1, 2, 3, 4 chapters away from the end. I would say 5 to 35, 30, chapter 35, but I think that's going to be an epilogue. But then again, really, it's like, how much do I know how it's going to end up until I finish writing it? Because it might be all the way to chapter 35 and epilogue 36. But either way, it doesn't matter. And also, the epilogue isn't getting written right now. She'll be written, I want to say probably closer to the end of the book, like closer to like being completely done with it, after we finish. I don't know how many drafts this book's gonna be, 2 or 3, probably 3, and so definitely 3, so we are writing. We're gonna wait to write that, actually, so we're not worried about that at all. So technically there's only 4 more chapters, and I can do that. I feel like I can just do that, but then again, anyways. Yeah, so let's get writing. Let's see where we end up. Actually, let's find out what our word count is. I know I keep looking at word count. I know it doesn't matter, but I'm truly just fascinated by it. Actually, when's the last time we spoke? Because I think last time I picked up the camera, I said I wanted to get to 75. No, I don't remember. You guys will know more so than I do right now. So I am going to show you guys the word count, and then I'm going to get writing. It's 9:24, and I'm just going to write throughout the night. Nothing crazy, nothing like strict schedule. I'm just gonna get words in, whether it's on my laptop or my phone, whether it's out here laying on the couch or in bed. We're gonna write. Also, let's talk books for a second. I'm currently doing the tandem read of Throne of, no, not of Throne of Glass. I'm doing a tandem read in the Throne of Glass series, and I'm almost there. on my phone it says there's like 1,200 pages, and right now I'm up to like 800. So I still got a ways to go, but I'm getting there. This one was hard for me to get through. It's a little slow. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it, but I feel like Kingdom of Ash may rock my world, and I hope that's the case because the series I've been reading it for a long time. Not that I don't like it. I really am liking it, enjoying it, but people are so obsessed with it that I want to get there too, but I feel like it's taken me a long time to get there. Like, did you everybody love it until Kingdom of Ash? Like, where did everybody else fall in love? Like, if you've read it so far, please let me know when you fell in love with it because I would love to know. Because, like, yes, I like it, but like, I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna save my judgments. I take it all back. I'm gonna save my judgments for when I finish. Everyone says to just read the whole thing, so I'm gonna read the whole thing, and I will let you know how I feel. But let's save this clip, okay? And we'll talk about it. I hope I'm done with them by September. I really wanted to get into Crescent City before Akatar 6 comes out in October, and I don't know if I'm gonna get there because it's already August, and I'm not done with um Stone of Glass, and then I'd have to start Crescent City, and I don't know how many books that is. I should probably look it up, but I think that's a lot. Anyways, let's get back to the word count and some writing.